Micky, first question, we'll get the injury news out the way. Anything to update on before Saturday?
Yeah, everybody's fit and ready to go. All the ones that are missing were the ones that was missing before. And longer term ones like Micky, Percival and that. So apart from that, everybody's fit and ready to go.
And given that this game is pretty much the definition of must win, how good is it to have a fully fit squad?
Yeah, obviously we want to be able to go there with give ourselves the best chance possible of getting a result, and we will have a full squad to pick from. So that should give us a good chance. We honestly know it's going to be a tough game, but excited and pleased to be involved in games like this. Obviously got to take care of business and try and get a result against a good Leyton Orient side. So we are looking forward to it.
You've said many times that you see every game managing Tranmere as a must-win game, but what's the mood been like knowing that it has to be all 3 points this week to have a chance of making the playoffs?
No different to, like I say all the time, we understand we've got to win a game of football, but that should never change. Tranmere should try and win every game. Should be expected to win every game. We like the levels of expectations on us. So Saturday's no different.
How ready do you have to be to pounce on any chances to capitalise in terms of when you're keeping a track of other teams' results? Because I thought it was really interesting last week when you said about updating the teams, or updating the team rather on the scores elsewhere.
Well, you just get a gauge for what you think that you need to do to get the team going again, or to make them understand that they're doing fine and we're in a good place. So whatever I think that I need to do, I will do in order to try and give the players, like I always say, the best chance of getting a result.
Will that be the same this week in terms of relaying the scores throughout the game?
I'll see how the game's going. I'll see how it's going. If I need it, I'm saying it's just something that you can use if needs be, or something that I would keep away from if they just focus on the task at hand. But Saturday, I believe that the right thing to do was to let them know that we are in a good position at the minute. Keep pushing on, keep going, trying to get the victory, keep doing what you're doing.
In a way, even though it is out of your hands, as we've said, is there a pressure in terms of making sure you win, just in case if other teams slipped up and you didn't get the 3 points, would there be in terms of a sense of regret afterwards?
I think there would be regret over a whole season if we didn't make it in, but we would have to say that we are, and I'm not just saying this because we are a growing team. We are a team that's improving and young players that are getting better. And it's a unique position that I'm in as a manager at Tranmere, that have so many young players, so many inexperienced players, that undoubtedly will be better for the experience that they've gone through this season, no matter what happens. We go through the whole team and we see that there was a lot of boys who have done terrifically well, but we need to learn from a lot of things. So we will do that, but we will go and attack this game at the weekend and then see where it takes us. And then we will comb over the whole season and see where we think that we could have helped or done a little bit more, and try and help the players to be better at that the next time that they perform.
And even if it doesn't go your way on Saturday, how exciting is that when you think about the quality of the young players in the squad and how much they can learn?
We set out at the start of the season to try and get to a situation where we had a lot of young players in the team. It's not really been like that at Tranmere since I've been the manager. We have a lot of young players now that have great potential and are improving all the time. So yeah, we are moving in the right direction, but want to keep improving. And we are tough on ourselves because we're a club that has to keep trying to win games of football, that's for sure. But we know that we're a process in the building. We've got a new sporting director now, a new recruitment policy that is bringing players now to the club, that's making it, growing it and making it better. So the majority of the players, regardless of what happens, there will be a big nucleus of the players that will be here next season to build on and to bring players into the group that we think that can be better at the things that we needed to be better at from the last season. And that's the way forward for any successful football club, is you've got to build on things and keep making it better and keep improving it. So we're on the way with doing that now, and we're already speaking a lot about recruitment now, about trying to get more players or improve the players we have to be better at the things that we know that we had to be better at this season, in order to try and to be in the right end of the table this season. But not just that, on going forward, we want to have players that are full of ambition and desire and can run and all these kind of things, and are assets to the football club, and good people. So we're well on the way with that.
And Callum McDonald's one of the younger players that's come in this year, and he said, when I asked him about the Leyton Orient game back in December, he said it genuinely isn't a game that's been discussed or thought about, but how easy is it to put a game like that out of your minds when you know that you've got to go to the same place and win this weekend?
We're in a place for the minute where we honestly have to, we do recognise, and we're working all the time to try and tweak the process or find a way of replicating, which has undoubtedly been unbelievable home form. We have to try and, part of our learning as a group, and they're a young group, a lot of them, we have we have the older players, and then the other ones are young or very inexperienced, but we're trying to find a way of basically, let's keep football simple, replicate our home form away from home. I have never been a manager that's thought that you keep it simple, it's a pitch and away we go, and we're competitive against everybody in this division. We know that because we beat them all more or less at home. So we should be able to carry that form and play the same tactics away from home that's served us so well at home, because there's no outlier really in the division that you would have to really adjust and adapt to, like you may have in other divisions throughout the football. That everybody could tell you, if you go to a certain place, you might have to play a bit differently. That League Two isn't like that. It's not like that. You can genuinely go and have a poke at everybody. So we'll look at that and try and find reasons, and we're coming up with them now, and we're speaking to the players, and psychologically we're saying to them this and that, and get better at that. And we will continue to keep working hard with them in order to try and get them to a place where there is anywhere near as successful away from home, then we've been in a massively different position. So that's what we're speaking about now. And Saturday gives us the opportunity to go and have a go at that. We've spoken about it all week. More or less, just go and replicate what you did on Saturday, lads. Go and do it again this Saturday. And you give yourselves a brilliant chance of picking up 3 points.
And it's a clear mentality, isn't it? And you know, I know we said it earlier, but ultimately going there and winning, and if your side don't do your part, then it doesn't matter what happens elsewhere, does it?
Yeah, and I probably understand. I'm guessing here that people will be looking, because the reason why I answer these questions is because you've asked me them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to apportion blame. I don't do that. I'm not that type of manager or that type of guy. You ask me a question and I try and give you the reasons or the way forward for it. Sometimes that can be misinterpreted, that you're trying to portion blame away from yourself. No, I'm very much in charge of what we do in order to try and get these results away from home. Absolutely, I'm in charge. So it's my job to try and go and find ways of mentally, physically, tactically, technically, all of these kind of things to give us the best chance possible of winning games. And that's what me and all the staff are trying to do. Saturday gives us an opportunity to be better at that. We've spoke long and hard about it, and I believe I know, just like we mentioned the word there, mentality. I believe for this group, this is no me again, trying to apportion blame or anything like that. This group gets its mentality right and understands that it's an attitude of mind playing away from home, that you can't get too disappointed if it's not going your way. You've got to dig in, and all these qualities these young players will learn as they get better. They've got to show their qualities on the road when necessary and keep believing. And the word that I keep speaking to them about at the minute is resilience. You know, people keep shouting about the word resilience, and some people can't spell it, or some people don't know what the meaning of it is. But we speak about resilience, and it's just about keeping going. Don't get disappointed if it's not going your way. Well, I think we suffered a wee bit with resilience sometimes. We get disappointed and we allow our heads to drop. Maybe that's because we're young. Instead of learning to be more resilient, which you can do, you can. So that's what we're in the process of trying to do at the minute. So keep the organisation right, keep the distances right, play to the way that we want to play to create chances, defend properly, but be resilient about that. Keep going. You know, we speak about fighting all the time. Keep fighting, keep battling. I don't mean physically fighting, I mean football fighting. Will that be the running or the competing? And that's the big part now that we know that this group have to get better at. And I know, I hear people saying believe sometimes. No, I know that that's the way forward for this group, and they will improve at it. So that's what the exciting part is it's doable for this group. It's doable, they can do it. And we'll continue to add to the squad and with players that we believe will continue to move that forward now. And like I said, we've worked all this week from Saturday's game. Saturday gives us that next opportunity to go and show the improvements that these guys can be better at.
And just one quick one away from the weekend, Micky, if that's okay. Mike Jackson's been nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month for April. See the smirk in your face there. You know, they've still got a lot of work to do to avoid the drop, Burnley, but what have you made of the work that he's done since taking over from Sean Dyche in the interim, at least?
Well, I never really speak about other clubs or other managers, but he's my pal and he's well worth speaking about. And he's also my son's manager now. So there's tie-ins all over the place. He's done brilliant. But the biggest tribute that I could pay to him is I'm not surprised because I know the type of guy that he is, and he's so experienced. He's been through this with myself many, many times, and I've spoken to him, and he's just using what he's learned over the years of his studying and the games that we've had, either relegation battles or promotion battles or all that. So he's using his experience of that at Premier League level. I think sometimes people think that the football at our level is square and the game is different at our level. You still need the same squad qualities. You still need the same leadership. You still need to be able to get a set of men to move in the right direction to give yourself a chance of getting results. And he's doing that to a T. So I'm so pleased to see it. I have just looked at it there in Sky. It just came up in the office to see him in and among such prestigious company. But he deserves to be up there, and he's worked very hard for that. Make no mistake, he's worked very hard and he deserves the things that are coming his way. But he would be the first to say he's got to keep going now, and he's just got to keep focused and not lose his way, and he won't. He'll just keep going. And Burnley, I believe, have definitely got the right guy in charge for this type of mission, if you like.